Have you ever wondered why homeschooling doesn't take as long as public school does to do in a day? Have you ever heard stories of homeschool families who are able to complete all of their work by lunchtime or maybe even sooner, and then their kids have the rest of the day free? How could this possibly happen? How could school take 8 hours or 6 hours in a public school and only take a couple of hours in a homeschool? Are the kids not learning everything? Well, in this video, I want to share why that is and how that's possible. I'm a teacher by my background, and I spent over a decade in public and traditional schools before coming home and homeschooling my kids. So I have definitely seen both sides, and I'm excited to share with you why this is today. Please hit like on this video and subscribe to the channel so that you'll get notified whenever a new video is released. Okay, so it's a great mystery. Why is it that homeschool only takes a couple of hours a day and public school takes so much longer? When I first started homeschooling, I thought that I needed to fill an entire school day with school activities, just like a public school would. I thought that since public school students go to school for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, my kids needed to go to school for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. And honestly, just the thought of finding that much stuff to do with my kids was totally overwhelming. How could I possibly figure out what to do with them for an entire school day, 5 days a week? And when was I going to have time to do laundry or cook dinner or clean the house or, like, heaven forbid, have a free moment for myself? Like, this wasn't going to happen, right? So one day I saw a list of things that changed my life. And this was the list of all the other stuff that happens every day in public school that they count as school time. And so I want to share some of these things with you because it's important for us to remember that we need to make a fair comparison. Okay. So here are some of the things that happen in public school on a regular basis that they include as part of that school time. Taking attendance, standing in line, walking from class to class, transitioning between subjects, passing out and collecting papers, show and tell, lunch, recess, bathroom breaks, celebrating birthdays, class parties, fire and tornado drills, cleaning and organizing desks, dividing kids into groups, playing games, taking standardized tests, going to assemblies. And then in addition to that, you have to add in the fact that the teacher is trying to teach a whole classroom of students who are at all different levels in their understanding. And so kids spend a lot of time doing things like this: listening to their classmates read aloud, listening to other kids ask and the teacher answer questions that they already know the answer to, spacing out because the lesson is too easy or too hard for them, and so they're not really getting anything out of it. Or how about waiting for other kids to figure out things that they might already know? So because of all of those things, because of the amount of other stuff that they do that's not school related that counts as part of their school day, and because of the fact that the teacher can't really focus on teaching exactly at any specific child's level, but needs to kind of do it generally to sort of benefit the whole class as best as they can. Because of those two things, school takes way, way, way longer for a public school or a traditional school than it does for a homeschooler. Homeschool parents can really target their teaching to exactly what their child needs, to answering their child's specific questions, and to really helping them with exactly what they need in that moment, which makes the lesson shorter. And we also tend to not count things like lunch or playing outside or any of those other things as homeschool time. And we also don't have to do those administrative things like fire and tornado drills and cleaning out lockers. So because of all of those factors, homeschooling takes way less time every day than going to a public school would. And that's great because it frees up time for our kids to be able to explore and enjoy. And it's also great because it makes homeschooling totally possible, even for busy parents who have a lot of other things going on each day. So feel free to share in the comments. How long does homeschooling take you?